Let's see the infection of COVID. So it seems like this is a perfect time to draw a COVID poster to encourage others. So I managed to find this extreme close-up of COVID. Seems easy, ha ha ha, ha ha. I started by drawing the base, and used the spray tool to give texture to the COVID. This needs variety of colors to highlight and darken out different parts. That looks nothing like COVID. So I first erased every particles outside the circle. And cut out some parts for texture, since COVID isn't a perfect sphere. Now looks like the base is done, and we need to add the S protein of COVID, which looks like pepperonis. I started off by drawing a red triangle, then distorting it in different angles to give different shapes. But this was pretty challenging, since I had to put each one by one onto the base of COVID. And at the time it looked nothing like COVID, so it was almost hopeless. And after putting the S proteins, it looked like a pizza with pepperonis. I wanted after that I drew legs for S proteins to make it look like they are no longer in flat 2D surface, but in 3D space. Also added additional outer S proteins to give it more volume. And as I added outer S proteins, that was when it started getting its COVID-like shape. This made the COVID 10 times better than it was before. You, bless me, thank me. And then I added more colors to the S proteins, to highlight and darken some parts. Proteins were finally done drawing. Phew. But there are still some E proteins and M proteins left, so I quickly drew a pair of orange dots. and yellow ones as well. And finally, the COVID was done. And with a proud of myself, I placed down the COVID I drew into the background I drew earlier, and positioned it to where I wanted. I also drew a white ball with red cross, which symbolizes hospital and medical workers. After it was done, I placed it into the background. And then, I quickly drew syringe. And the syringe was finally done, and I placed it next to the medical ball. Last but not least, I inserted some text in as well to clearly pass the message of the poster. And finally, I uploaded the final result to the public. It was finally done.